If you have a special event coming up or you're just in the mood for cake, keep in mind our friends at Sweet Squirrel Bakery on Instagram and Facebook and Gmail. Again, that is Sweet Squirrel Bakery for your next event or just cuz. Hello, and welcome to Meet Someone Who. Today I have my cousin Sahar.
What's up?
What's up, Sahar? How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic, and this is going to be a good episode because it's so vague. Meet someone who is finally free. Sheesh. Were you chained up? Or what's finally free?
In a sense, yeah.
In a
I
sense,
guess.
yes. Okay, cool. Not cool, but when were you set free? Let's start there. May of 2019.
Uh-huh.
And was this a relationship you're leaving? Was this you leaving a job you hated? Or was it...
This was me finalizing my divorce.
So you finalizing your divorce. Was
Yes.
it messy?
Super messy in all of the aspects of the word. Messy, crap, garbage, poo-poo, all of
Everything. Okay. So I'm guessing we're not on good terms.
it. We try to co-parent to the best of our abilities, given...
So there's a baby involved.
Yes.
I knew this. But this is new information for everybody else. There's a baby involved. How old is Thiago?
He is
Or
5.
I'm not saying his name.
Thiago. Not Thiago.
I'll edit that out.
He is 5 years old.
He is 5 years old. Okay. So having a kid that young, having to, obviously, it's not the goal of a marriage to end that in any kind of way.
I mean,
in front of your kid. But I mean,
yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes. It turned into a situation where it got worse and worse, and I was isolated, and I had to really figure out one night after a bad fight, like, do I want my child to grow up with this? Do I want him to see this? And are we even going to survive out of it?
Yeah, no, because, I mean, I just had someone in talk about domestic violence and how people die. Like,
people really die. Like, he was not the most mentally stable person. I deal with anxiety and depression like a lot of people do. I ended up having to do domestic violence counseling, PTSD.
And I remember when you were doing that.
Yeah.
And how beneficial, but also, like,
scary.
Scary.
It helped me realize how bad it was. Like, because I guess I was just used to it. I mean, as a human being, we can get used to pretty much anything. We adapt.
Your brain will...
It's like Darwinism
Yeah.
type shit. Like, you adapt to survive. And after 5 years of trying to adapt to survive, I didn't know what was normal and what wasn't. And I was on, like, survival mode, and I didn't even know.
So he was, like, altering your reality or like, making you think.
Yeah, because I had friends. I had a really supportive family. And I lost almost all of it. He got me to practically steal money from my family. He got me to give him access to our bank account. I didn't have access to know how much money we had. If I went to Walmart and spent $6, I had to tell him what it was for before I left. If he found it, it was going to be bad. If he found out without me telling him. I lost all of my friends. On our wedding day, my friends told me in a group chat that they didn't support this and they could not, like, associate with me anymore.
Wow.
But I was so sure that I was doing the right thing. I was, like, brainwashed that he told me I didn't need them. So I was like, okay, I don't need them.
You have him.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing else I could possibly need. I didn't even know this dude for a year. So... yeah.
So it went pretty quickly, the marriage, the baby,
the day I met him to the day we got married was barely over a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Scary.
Yeah. Jesus. I remember.
First time I brought him over to your dad's house. Like,
what
it
happened?
was just, I just remember, like, he walked in and he comes off as, like, super charismatic, but I found out through domestic violence counseling, most abusers come off as charismatic.
Yeah,
it's
they're charming.
It's a trait. They're charming and everyone likes them, and out in public, like, people think, like, oh my God, you're so lucky. Oh, he's so handsome. Like, oh my God. And he's this, and that. And then at home, it's like a split Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation. He literally pretends to be someone else for other people. And then there's a version of him that I only see at home. And he craves, this type of person craves the attention of others just so he can be perceived as a likable person. Mm-hmm. But it's not real. And so it was like messing with me mentally. Like, I couldn't figure out what was real and what was not.
Yeah.
Like, I would be so in love with this man that when we were with my family, that he's so funny, everybody loves him. Then when we get home, it's like the devil comes out or something. Like, it's not the same person. And it's called like a cycle of abuse. You go through this cycle, and when we first started, it's like we'd have a really bad fight, we'd make up, excuse me, and then it would be maybe a couple months, then we'd have another fight. By the time I left, we were fighting. That cycle was daily. Fighting, explosive, violent, just mentally, emotionally, sexually, everything abusive. He took whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. I didn't have a say in anything, in any sense of anything. And then you would go through the honeymoon phase. The next day, he's like, I'm so sorry. And, you know, you have sex and you make up and you think, oh my God, he loves me. He's not going to do it again. And then 6 hours later, it happens again. And so it got to the point where I told him one night, I was like, I don't love you anymore. I can't do this. I'm scared of you. And the next day I left.
Wow. To sit someone down and be like, hey, bro, I'm scared of you.
Yeah, and that's what happened. We lived in these Section 8 housing townhomes because he told me we didn't have enough money to live in a regular apartment, even though he had a really stable, good job. I had to lie and say that it was just me. I was a single mom with my son because he didn't want to have to pay for a 2-bedroom townhome like a normal person does or whatever, people who have enough money like that we should have been able to do.
He wanted to spend it all on himself.
Yeah.
I remember he was a very
materialistic
person. Very.
Like, he was we would go to the mall every weekend, and it would be like torture walking into all these different stores, and he would literally only buy things for himself while me and his son are just being dragged along for the ride. Like, it was wild to think about it. Like, now I would never do that now. Like, if
going all these like expensive shopping luxury.
Yes, and I'm just like, but we can't afford food. You're having me beg my parents for an $800 check for rent, but we just spent like $1,000 at the mall because you wanted a new wardrobe. Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's not something that will make sense.
So you realized pretty, not quickly, but quicker than it could have been.
Yeah,
you could be 40 years old and
figuring it out. And that's what's scary. Like, it's like I saw a time warp or something. I saw myself in the future. My son is abusive. He's doing the same thing to other women or whoever he decides to be with. And he hates himself and he projects it on other people, and he abusive to me and everything else. Like, I didn't want to be scared of my own son in the future when he becomes a man.
Yeah.
Because his father molded him to be like that.
I mean, obviously being a single mother's hard as fuck, and it's but I think
it's better than being there.
The alternative.
I have so much like the title of this, like, being free. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup or anything. One of the first things I did, I was like, I'm a girl, I'm gonna buy a bunch of fucking makeup. I went to Ulta. I spent like $300 on like Too Faced, MAC, Clinique, all this shit I didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
And I was watching all these tutorials, and that was the first time in years I felt like I could be worth something.
Yeah.
And it's not saying, like, you know, natural beauty isn't there. Like, it was just something I had to go through because now I could.
Yeah.
Like, now, sitting next to you, I'm not even wearing any makeup, but I feel confident in my skin. And back then, he didn't allow me to wear makeup because he didn't want other people to look at me. Like, I remember one time we went to a football game, and it was right after I had our son, so I was self-conscious about my weight, as anyone does. You know, I'm not one of those people that lost the baby weight in 10 seconds. Like, I didn't give birth to a basketball. Like, I still had some weight, and so I wanted to feel good about myself, so I remember I had eyeliner and lipstick on. Nothing too showy or anything. I got in the car, and he told me to take my fucking face off because I look like a clown. And so we turned around, and I went home. And then we didn't go anywhere because he didn't want me to be in public with him and look like that. So I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I wasn't allowed to do anything.
What red flags do you think you had on pink glasses for?
Oh my gosh, the aggression. I mean, our family is, Middle Eastern. For half of it is.
Very aggressive people.
And so Middle Easterns are not
they're not aggressive. They talk like they're aggressive.
They talk like they're mad all the time, but it's normal. Like, and so it's not that I was used to it, but it was also just, there's that, and also the part of Middle Eastern culture where you're very sheltered. I wasn't allowed to date. I wasn't allowed to do anything. And then I turn 18, and then I meet this boy who has a motorcycle and tattoos, and I just lose my fucking mind. And
Go ahead.
And I was so stupid. I didn't even know what to do. Like, I had no idea how to flirt. I had no idea how to talk to him, but he was so smooth. Like, he had already been engaged before, and he already wasn't even, at the time, he wasn't even living at home. He had lied to me about everything about his living situation. He was in a whole relationship when he was trying to get with me initially, when I first met him.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That he was
glasses.
So the pink glasses.
Uh-huh.
So he was with someone.
He was with someone, and I had people telling me about it, but I was so in denial because I was like, oh my God, there's a boy, and he's really attractive, and I already had a really bad self-esteem. I had a history of bulimia and stuff. I did not like who I was, and there was this guy who a lot of other people were attracted to, and I was like, oh my God, this is actually someone who's really attractive. How could he possibly want to talk to me? Yeah. And he really swept me off my feet, and it was based on just lies. And I didn't find out for sure. It didn't really slap me in the face about any of it until we had already gotten married, because it all happened so fast. And the aggression, like, it was just, he told me it was passion because he was Hispanic. He said it's a Latin thing. And my Middle Eastern white ass was just like, okay, I don't understand any of that, but sure. Like,
sure, go for it.
And so he had convinced me that was normal. And another thing was my parents, my parents, obviously, your aunt and uncle, they have been married for like almost 40 years. And
yeah, so 39 years.
Yeah, they're so in love with each other. It's disgusting. They never fight. I've never seen them get in an argument. I mean, my dad's never made my mom cry. He's never been aggressive. He's never even raised his voice at her. And I grew up with that. And then I would tell him that when we'd get in fights. I'm like, I think what's happening isn't normal, because that's not what I grew up with. And he told me to wake up. That was a fairy tale. He said our relationship was real life. My parents are a fairy tale. It's not real. And he just beat that into me over and over, trying to convince me that what we had, the violence, the screaming, the verbal abuse, emotional abuse, it was normal. He said that's how everyday people are. My parents' relationship was not real. Even though that's what I grew up with and I saw every day.
And it's not like to say that your parents never fight, but they're not going to do it in front of you.
No, they're not. But like,
they're going to have their discussions,
Yeah, and I know as an adult, like, yes, my parents have gotten in arguments. Yes, they've had their ups and downs. But my dad, I know for a fact, has never hit my mom. He's never cheated on my mom. He's never screamed at her or anything. And he did all three of those things, like, before we even got married.
Yeah.
So, like...
So there's those pink glasses again that nobody's gonna fault you for. You're young, and
I was 18.
He's very handsome,
and even like I remember, like, all throughout our marriage, people would tell me like, "Oh my God, they would literally talk to me like I was like a retarded stepchild or something. Like, I just, no offense or anything, but how could I have possibly gotten with someone like that?
Yeah.
Like, and then I wouldn't have an answer for them. I'm like, I don't know. He picked me. I'm so lucky. Like, I don't... Not really, though. But it was just... It's weird to think about now, like, and then you think about your life, and you're just like, oh my God, if I could go back, would I do it again? I would, for the sake of having my child.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I hate thinking that you go through hard things and you learn from them and you're better for it. But honest to God, bro, I mean, I feel like it just kind of gave you 20 years life experience.
No, for real. I had to learn. It's like I had to learn how to be an adult, because I went from living with my parents to having a college roommate at UNT for 6 months, and then he convinced me to drop out of college and move in with him because we were in love and we were going to get married. And then from that to years of abuse, and then I had to move back in with my parents. And then I saw, like, the toll it was taking, because at the time my son was only, like, 2, 3, And, you know, terrible twos and stuff. My parents are older, and I was like, I have to get out of here. I cannot stay at my parents' house. So I just had to learn how to do finances, how to open a bank account, how to pay rent, get electricity. I had to like fall flat on my ass and really figure it out. Like, and I had no idea what I was doing, but doing that forced me to be an adult.
Yeah.
Like,
so you're free, but you still gotta.
I mean, freedom in the sense of, like, I am an actual adult now. Like, I felt like I was stuck being a teenager. I went from having a daddy to having a husband. Yeah. And, like, now I can actually be who I want to be. I can do what I want to do. No one's going to tell me that that's stupid or to change because I look bad or that my makeup makes me look like a clown or something. Like, I can do whatever I want. I can buy whatever I want. Like, I have this huge passion for thrift stores. I don't know why. It's just a thing. And
literally just left from one.
It's my favorite thing to do is go to thrift stores. I love finding cheap ass shit and turning it into something for myself. Mm-hmm. And I do the same thing for my son. All of my clothes, all of my son's clothes, thrift stores. And his dad always told me that I was disgusting. And he told me, he's like, I'm not allowed to go to one. Like, it was like marked off. Like, there was no discussion about it. And I was always so intimidated by him. I was like, okay. And that was something I grew up with. My mom always went to thrift stores. Like, my mom calls herself, like, the queen of Haltom City. Like, it's just because she grew up with a bunch of thrift stores. Like, Thrift Town, Goodwill, like, everything you can think of. That's how she grew up with. And so I grew up, even though my dad got a really good job and moved forward with his life when he came to the States. Like, they were really poor for a really, really long time.
Girl.
Even your parents were poor. All of them were dirt-ass poor.
That's why we have so much character, bro, because like, they were all poor as fuck. They were pour as fuck, so we didn't have to be.
Exactly.
But Jesus Christ,
but we appreciate it. We still, even though we know, I could buy something from Gucci, but with that $2,000, I could buy a whole fucking wardrobe or a living room set. It's just going to be from Goodwill, and I can clean it, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. Like...
So you love thrifting. Let's talk about some other stuff you love. Let's talk about some shit you like. What's Sahar do? You come home from work, you're taking blood all day. You're taking blood all day, and you come home from work, and Thiago's being real good, and
man, my son's a turd, but he's 5, so that's part of it. Like, and it's just I can really be the parent I want to be. I don't have this fear. I had this overwhelming fear to be perfect. So when I was married, my bulimia got worse. Like, I got to the point where it was just like my hair was falling out, like my whole mouth hurt all the time. And it's because I would see him just staring at any other piece of ass that walked by. I think she could be uglier than me, she could be fatter than me. Not that we should judge other women. Everyone is beautiful, but just the fact that he would look at anybody else and I'm your wife and I'm sitting here, it would make me just hate everything about myself. And so I was throwing up 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Sheesh.
And it was just, I was mentally sick from it. I was physically sick from it. My insides just were practically rotting from the relationship. And now I can eat and I don't feel like I hate myself for it. I work hard. I have to buy this food. Like, I'm not going to waste it. And it's just, I have a much deeper sense of self-worth. Like, I can take care of my son on my own. Like, I don't need a partner. I really thought, like, and I think you even saw that, like, I thought I would die without him.
Bro.
Like, I thought that it was the end of the world. Like, so I had to have him. Like, it was like brainwashing somebody. And now I'm in a relationship with somebody and I don't need him, but I adore him. He takes care of me. And I didn't know you could find someone like that.
That's what I was gonna ask. So you get treated wrong so long and you don't know what being treated right feels like, because that was your first big relationship you had. So I feel like you were thinking, if you don't have you have no relationship whatsoever.
I thought, like,
or no potential to be with anybody,
because he made me feel like if he doesn't have me, nobody will.
Yeah,
I was garbage. And so it was crazy to me. Like, looking back on it, I feel so stupid. Like, just that I was so warped, and it was like a whole nother planet. World. Or don't bleep that out. I'm sorry. Like,
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I got it.
But it was a whole nother world. Like, it was like he was just as obsessed with me as I was obsessed with him. And I think we mistook being young and passionate for just being possessive.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we were so possessive of each other. And it just, in the end, now, I mean, he has a whole nother child and he's remarried. And honestly, I wish the best for him. I really want his life to be successful. And I know he's worked hard to be better now. I do have a lot of just old hate inside of me that it takes time to let go. I've forgiven him more now than I thought I ever would. And I think it's because I have a whole new perspective on anything. And that's another part that makes me free, because
you're free up in the
I'm
mind
free
too.
of hating him with every ounce of me. Yeah. I'm free of, like, it's all
that can bog you down, bro.
Because it's like even when we were done, even when we were divorced, I hated him. I hated when his now wife, I hated when she got pregnant. I was devastated. It had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And it hurt me. It was like eating me up. And I said a lot of really nasty things that I absolutely regret. I've met that child. He's beautiful. And that's my son's brother. And so it takes a lot of growing. Like, I have the freedom to grow, to think my own thoughts, to forgive myself, to forgive him. Like, it's just a whole process, and it really takes time in fucking therapy to get over it. I cannot stress therapy enough.
This whole show is brought to you by therapy. I started this show while I was in cognitive behavioral therapy at a psych facility, and inspired me to hear some stories and
gives you perspective.
Yeah, bro. Like, you can't buy this experience.
No.
And it's not like you'd ever want to.
No, I mean, and I've listened to all of your other podcasts. I don't want to buy those people's lives, but, like, it's just it's something, it gives you perspective on different things. And, like, especially with your friend Danny, like, the stutter thing, like, I feel like that's something that's so important now that Joe Biden is president.
I know.
Like,
that's what we're...
dude.
And you know the poet that did the inauguration, like... She used to stutter.
Get out.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
See,
and I think
that's
that
amazing.
had something to do with it. But...
You should get Nasrin on her for her lisp.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't know if she'd do it, though.
I don't know about that. But no, I wanted to have you on, and I wanted to talk about all of this, of course, but the fact that I've seen you through this relationship, I've seen you before this relationship, I'm seeing you after this relationship, and Jesus Christ, you look so much better. I was always so worried about you.
Everybody was. And then, like, even your mom, when we separated for good, because we separated for like 6 months, and then neither of us filed for divorce, and then, you know, you go back into your old habits, and we were just like, okay, let's try it one more time. Let's give it another shot. We lasted like 3 months, and then I found out he was cheating on me again, and then that's when I was really like, okay, like, nothing has changed, like, and it was just done. Yeah. And so, and then I filed for divorce like 3 months afterwards, because you fall back into it. But it's just, I don't know. But yeah, I do feel a lot different now. And you've known me like since birth. You're 6 months older than me. Yeah. Like, and it's just, the person that I was, like, as a kid, I remember, like, we both were really dark and stuff. So I always knew, like, we were different. My Chemical Romance for life.
Whoop.
MC Army.
MC Army. Jesus Christ.
But it was just...
Killjoys.
Oh, like, make some noise.
Make some noise.
But it's just rediscovering myself after all of it is really...
No, and it's so nice to see. It's so nice to see you have a smile on your face. You look healthier, like...
Yeah, I look fucking dead.
Like a person. Like, yeah, you look like a person now. Like,
yeah, it was
really taking a toll on you, just, like, overusing, like, prescriptions, and I was doing that shit, too. Oh, my God,
yeah. I was getting prescribed different antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds, and then I would have to try to explain to these doctors why I need them without telling them what's happening at home.
Yeah.
And so it was just... And now I'm trying to wean myself off of my antidepressant that I'm on. I don't take any more anti-anxiety meds. I use a lot of herbal supplements because that is my shit. Like, nice. Adaptogens, herbal supplements. I'm not saying I'm, like, a hippie bitch or anything, but, like, I'm so into stones and crystals, chakras, all that stuff. Like, good vibrations, good vibes, like, all of that stuff. Like, I love it. CBD oil, everything. Like,
visualize world peace.
Bet. But it's just... all of that is my shit now, and I am free to express it. Like, I can be whoever I want to be. I can eat whatever I want to eat, except I have celiac disease, so I can't really eat gluten.
That's a whole other episode.
But, like, sorry, no gluten for me, but anything else I can eat. But it's just, I don't know. And I have a whole new way of looking at things. I have a whole new way of looking at my son. I feel like I can be a better parent. And that's another reason why, like, because it took a year for my divorce to finalize, because he avoided it. I could not find him. I had to hire somebody to, I think
serve him papers?
Yeah, serve him papers. I think they had to go to his job. And then when he got the papers, he acted like he was devastated. Like, how could I do this to him? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
You've been new.
Like, it was just, the whole thing was just, and then I remember we ended up, like, crying, and, like, he made me feel so bad, but there was no turning back. Like, it was happening.
Yeah.
And I knew what he was doing was really trying to manipulate me again. And even to this day, like, we have, pick up and drop off. We do it at a designated place because I don't want him coming to my actual address. And I don't go to his actual address. I just feel like it's easier. Just to have a place, meet in the middle. It's safer. It's easier.
Yeah.
And that way he can't get caught up trying to talk to me about something or talk me into something. And because I feel like every time I talk to him, it's like a story.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that we can communicate now, but it's not at the level I think he wants us to be friends, and in the long run maybe, but this is like
right now he's just the father of your kid.
Yeah, he's the father of my child, and he's grown a lot, like I said, and he's remarried, and I wish them all the love, the best of luck, whatever. And it's taken a long time, like a lot of effort and
that therapy again.
Yeah, fucking therapy.
Fucking therapy.
To get to that point. But it's just, whenever we get to talking and it's more than like 10 minutes, I feel like I'm falling into a trap. Yeah. Like, and
it's uneasy. It's an uneasy
feeling.
And
I'm just like, and then we start laughing, and then he'll talk about like some kind of good time that we had. We were married. I was in love with him. We did have good times. It wasn't 100% bad.
Yeah, if there wasn't any good times, there was no reason to stick around
to stay. And
for the bad.
We would talk about it, and I'll laugh, and we'll smile, and we'll look at each other, and it's like you see a twinkle, and I'm just like, I have to leave. Yeah. You don't want to start anything that is just done. And I'm in a happy, loving relationship now, and I love this man, and
he's great.
He brings me
shouts out.
He brings me peace. He brings me joy. He's never forced me into doing anything
He's always got a big old smile on his face too.
Oh my God,
he's so sweet.
Loser.
He's like, I heard you have a podcast, and I was like, yes, I need a hemophiliac disease episode.
I was talking to him about it. I was like, you should do one.
Yeah, do it. Fuck it. I'm trying to get everybody on this.
But he's supportive in every aspect. Like, even
it's like a complete 180 when you went from him, and then you found him right away, and I was skeptical. I'm not gonna lie.
And I was too, like, because we were seeing each other for a few months and stuff, and then he told me he thinks that he loves me and stuff, and I was like, whoa, that is so fast, and I dumped him. And he and I felt bad, like he was devastated, and I didn't know that I could even have that kind of impact on somebody. Right. Like, me and Costin would fight, and he would tell me to, like, get the fuck out, or that I'm a piece of shit, or I'm a bitch or something. And so I was, like, expecting him to come at me with something when I told him, like, this is happening too fast. I'm not even legally divorced yet. We have to chill out. Like, he was very emotional. He was upset, and he told me, like, that he's always been so respectful. He told me he respects my decision. He'll give me time, but he told me he'd be waiting. Oh.
You're worth the wait, Sarah.
Oh.
You're worth the wait. You're worth the wait, I promise.
But he told me he would wait, and he did. He waited. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
he wasn't lying.
I know, not a liar.
Look, we went over this in another episode. Not all men are trash. Some men are recycling.
Bet.
And we love those men. There's the only men I let in my life are recycling men, and that's it.
And he does recycle.
He's so good at recycling.
He cares about the earth.
We love a man who cares about the earth, bro. That's all I'm asking for.
Man. But yeah, and I love his kids, and it's just...
Y'all are just one big old... I see all your pictures on Instagram and shit.
Oh,
Like,
my God.
one big old happy family. I'm just like, damn, you got like 5 kids up in this...
I know. Oh, my God. We got 2 cats. We're about to have a dog. Like, it's a lot to take
There's
in.
a lot of love to give, though.
No, it is. And
there's a lot of love to give between y'all. So.
I never thought I would ever have that.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just...
Is it rewarding?
It is. And it's like another part. It's like having kids. And I do love his kids. They're all different. They're all vastly different. Yep. So different. And then my son is super different from them. They're all their own people, and it's very unique to see. Yep. And it's just, it's great. And then, because it's like having kids without having to birth them. Like,
yeah, no, you just got 3 bonus kids.
I know. What's up? And like, we come from such a big family. Yeah. And I don't feel that pressure to like, I don't know if that's, I think a lot of women feel that pressure just to reproduce because you can. And that's
right,
like,
and everybody's like waiting on it, and your parents
for real.
are like
I mean,
excited.
we're in our
like,
mid to late 20s now. Like, we're getting to that point where people are like, "Are you gonna have kids? Are you gonna have more kids?" Yeah. And people even ask us. We're dating. We met at work, and all of our coworkers know that we're together, and they're always asking us if we're gonna have a baby. And I'm like, Why would we do
so
that?
many babies
There's
right now.
so many kids at our house.
So many babies.
Like, and it's like, I mean, and I think it's not just us. I feel like every woman feels that pressure. Like, you could be gay, straight, you could be by yourself, and it's like you feel like you have this internal clock. Like, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm just like, that's not the case. My sister never wants kids. She doesn't like any kids. She barely likes my kid. Like,
barely.
And she's her own boss-ass bitch person, and she doesn't care that people tell her, like, are she gonna find somebody, she can have kids, whatever. But it's just, so it's like I can fill that void of like, oh, like, should I have another kid? I'm getting older. I don't have to. I have 3 other kids now. Like,
yeah, no, you're plenty busy.
I know, like, I definitely don't need another child. Like, and
well, that's good though. But just think in the future, if that's something you ever want, you can
and
be
that's another
open-minded
thing.
to it. So.
Like, because I do think about it, and I look at him, and I'm like, oh my God. And he even tells me, he's like, if you were to get pregnant, we would have the most beautiful kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, you're probably right. But no. Like,
the cutest caramel swirl baby.
Caramel swirl. With curly hair.
Yeah, you'd be so...
But yeah, but that's another thing. Like, I remember when I got pregnant with my son, I was devistated.
I remember that day you told me.
No, I had called you.
We were camping.
We were camping.
Shut up. We were camping, and you like you had just found out. You had just told him, and nobody else knew. And
nobody.
And
then
I didn't even tell my mom. I didn't tell anybody. I was like, so.
You overheard us in the shower talking.
You were loud as fuck. You were loud as fuck. I'm like, ooh, like a teen.
Because I was like upset about it.
Well, to be honest, I thought he was like fighting with you or something. So I was like, I'm gonna, I'll be I was gonna be backup or some shit. I was like, I don't need this on my camping trip, bro. This is what I signed up for. Goddamn.
Oklahoma's supposed to be
but
beautiful.
Did you like fuck in the porta potty after like as a?
Yeah, we did. But, oh my God, nasty. But
hey, celebratory. Hey, bro, that's fine.
But no, yeah, like I remember, I was so devastated. I was on my way. I would remember this like the rest of my fucking life, and it's sad. And it's like a part of me never wants my son to know the story, but then I want him to know it so when he's an adult, so he understands, like, because even now he's 5, like, he asks me, he's like, hey, how come you and daddy aren't married? How come you guys don't live together? He's like, how come, are you my baby brother's mommy? And I have to tell him no. And he's growing up and he's seeing these things and he's trying to figure it out. And I try to explain it as basic and simple, like, as I can. I try not to really show any emotion with it.
It's just facts-based information.
And so as he gets older, like, I want him to see it for himself. I'm not trying to have him grow up and hate his dad or something.
Right, like, hey, nah, when your dad says this, don't do this.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't have those conversations with him because he's going to grow up and hate me. Right. He's going to be like, you forced me to hate my dad. And that's why a lot of people, when we got divorced, they were like, I can't believe you gave him joint custody.
Well, I mean, I thought that too.
A lot of people were pissed at me. My mom in particular was pissed at me. She's like, how could you do that after he hit you and did all these things to you and everything else? And I'm like, because I don't want my son to grow up and you took me away from my dad.
Yeah.
and
then have him waste 10 years of his life trying to get
back. Exactly. And so
and not work out
just,
or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's why, he gets him every other weekend. He sees him on Thursdays. That's how it is. I want him to have as normal as possible life with his dad. And it's all structured. It's all,
legit on the books.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if anything comes up, like, I know he'll tell me about it. Like, my son will. And even his dad has told me on a couple different occasions, he'll call me and he'll have a question about something. Like, Thiago says something or does something or whatever. And then we try to figure out what that means. Like, that's the best of our co-parenting that we can do. There's no, like, rule book to it. You just have to try to figure it out, what the past is or not. And he was never abusive to his child. Like,
right.
It was just me, really. But when I had figured out that I was pregnant, it was such a different situation than if I was to figure out I was pregnant now. Like, if something happened and I was pregnant, I would panic a little because it's not expected, but I would not just break down. I was hysterical. I didn't even know if I was going to keep it. Like, I remember I had called the clinics and stuff, and I didn't know what to do, and I figured out how expensive it was, for one, and also, like, all the stuff you have to go through to do it, and because I was legally married and it's the state of Texas, like, I had to have, like, his consent. And so I was like, well, that's never going to happen. And then I was Googling how to do, like, a home remedy to get rid of the baby. Jeez. And, like, and I did all of that all within, like, the first week. And then I got to the second week, and he had found out, because I kept it to myself for, like, a week. I didn't tell anybody. I had to internalize it. I was like, because I remember I thought I had my period, but my period's always been heavy, but it only lasted like 2 days, and I was like, what happened, Flo? Where are you? And so I just took a test, because I was like, oh, let me take a test, and it turned out positive, and I broke down in the bathroom. Yeah. Like, I was supposed to be going to school. I was, like, on my way to, I think it was TCC or something, because he had already had me drop out of UNT, and so I was, like, supposed to be going to school, and I skipped school that day, and I was just, like, I sat in the bathroom for hours, and I cried, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I can't even, like, take care of myself in this relationship. How am I going to bring a child into it? Yeah. And so, and also, I had just turned, like, 20, so it was not something that young that I wanted. Like, I had always said I would have kids when I'm, like, 30 years old or something. Right. But now, I mean, I'm 26, and if something was to happen and I was to get pregnant, like, I would not have that same reaction, because I have a partner who doesn't do things that are abusive or anything. Like, he would support me in everything. Yeah. And he's the kind of guy who, if I was to say, I don't think this is a good idea, he would support me in whatever choice I make. Yeah. And I think that's super rare. I feel like men are pre-programmed to, like, no,
not my seed.
For real,
not my precious seed.
Ugh. Because and that's something that we did talk about. Like, we've had this conversation before, and he's always been about, like, it's your body, it's your choice. Like, I have tons of tattoos. He has 0. Not even 1. And every time I get one, like, he always laughs at me. He thinks it's like an addiction, which it is, by the way.
It is. Yes, it is.
But, and he's like, as long as you don't come out looking like Lil Wayne or something, I'm going to love you no matter what. Like,
she told me no face tattoos. So.
Not on the face.
I said maybe some daggers right here under my sideburns. And she's
not
like,
on
maybe,
the cheeks, though.
maybe, but we'll see.
But yeah.
Knuckle tattoos are next, though.
Boy.
I'm in, bro. I'm so ready.
I got one. But
we'll say, jeez, what a time.
What a time.
I didn't live through that at all, but I mean, I witnessed just, every other weekend seeing you and seeing the ups and the downs and the.
Yeah, I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have a stable job. He never had a stable job, and neither did I. I was hopping from job to job because based on his mood or how he was, he would tell me whether I could work there anymore or not, or if he scared me or something. Like, if something happened, we get in a really big fight, I wouldn't go to work. Like, I would have so much anxiety and stuff, I couldn't leave my house. Like, but now I have everything I could want, and it's
That's
amazing.
good to hear. That's good.
Beautiful.
To fucking hear. I didn't think I'd hear that from you in a long time. So
yeah, I have a good relationship with my parents now. My parents, that was one of the biggest regrets, was that he made me on bad terms with my parents. My parents, I felt like they really were so disappointed in me for a lot of different reasons. Like,
but hey, we can learn, grow, change, redeem ourselves.
yeah.
You gave them a beautiful, beautiful baby. So
Yeah,
I mean,
my dad grew up with like 6 sisters, and then he had twin daughters. Now he has a grandson, so here's the seed.
Yeah, here's the seed that we're all asking for.
God.
Well, so how we're wrapping up. I just want to appreciate your time. It's our little family get together, so
yeah, it's
glad we
Saturday
could
night.
Sneak away and
Iranians got a feast.
yeah, every week there's a feast. But I love you so much, and thank you so much for being on the show. Is there anything else you want to shout out? Anybody want to say hi to? Or
Broadway, if you're listening, I will love you forever.
And that's it. That's the show. Good night, and take it easy out there.
Take it sleazy.
Take it sleazy out there.